Hey guys, okay, I said I would come back and explain this in detail. It's one of those advanced trades that I look for, and every time we do these, again, remember it's always anticipating what the setup is going to be. And so I kind of wanted to show you here some of the or the reasons why I took this pound dollar long, and I look for these a lot. And we always talk about, your power V trades, and you can see here, by the way, this is on standstill. This is a photo we've got so that you've got some time to see it in standstill, because a lot of times these things are happening in real time and it's tough to keep up, especially when we're in the room. I can alert you to it, but again, the speed of these things, you have to be ready and prepared, and I know sometimes the details of it is a little bit blurry. So I've taken the time here to take this picture and kind of show you this in standstill. You can go back and watch the trade of the day, and you'll see in real time how this thing develops. But what I'm looking at here is, again, the fact that my 5 minutes, you always know that we're looking for these PMDs, and especially when they've created gaps between them. And let's look here at this 15-minute pound dollar, which is the main matrix we're looking at. You see this is 70 and 76. Well, you look at your 5 minute here, and you see that we've got 60 and 63. What I had already been seeing or keeping an eye on is that this 5 minute, I actually had a bigger gap. It was along the lines of 7 points. And so I had already seen that we had started to close the gap in these two PMDs, which tells me, again, in my medium short term, my 5 minutes, that the momentum is running out to the downside. And then I had come over here and seen my 1 minute, and my 1 minute I had been looking at it, had already flipped and had started to make gains back to the upside. And if you notice, both the pink and the blue are hiding behind the black PMD here. 68, 69 is the value of each one of those. And so once I see that, immediately, like I said, it catches my attention. And again, at the time when we froze this picture here, but the price was all the way up here. It was in the mid 60s. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm waiting now for this price to come down and test this PMD, this blue PMD. The one thing is that because these 5 minutes haven't flipped over, I'm not ready yet to take my trade off of the 60 level. Okay, I want a better level, and that's how I use sometimes the charts. I can come back over to the charts and I can see here, if you notice right here, look at this on a couple occasions. You can see here we came down to just about this 53, 54 level, right in this little candle wick here, right? And then back here you can see we came down all the way down to 50. We've made quite an aggressive rebound back from breaking. In fact, and I kept talking about this, how we had been in this tight little range here with this pound dollar. You see it here, just about the 60 level, and then on the high side here, just about the 90 or so, a little bit above the 90, but about 90 to 60. We had kind of been sitting here, being 60 the low, 90 kind of being just about a little bit of the high. We got a little bit higher here, but again, I was looking at this. And again, I saw this strong move here. I come over and I use some of my other currencies, in this case the euro dollar, to see what the euro dollar is doing. And again, euro dollar has done pretty much the same thing. It tested the low of the morning, tried to break below the low of the morning, couldn't do it, and it's bounced back very nicely. And you can see it up here right now at 42.45. And you can see right now the price on your matrix here on euro dollar at 42.45, which is above your 1 minutes. And notice how your 1 minutes have begin to create a gap right between both your blue and your pink, which means there's momentum. There's momentum that's moving to the upside. Look at how far our 5 minute is from the pink and blue PMDs here. Okay, there's quite a gap here. You've got about you're looking at about 22 point gap between your pink and your blue here, and about almost 30 points in fact 30 points, a little bit over 30 points of gap from your 5 minute and your 1 minute. So that's quite a big gap in here. And again, notice how it's hanging up here. It's pretty strong. Then I come over here and I look at Swiss dollar, and again I see weakness, the dollar against the Swiss. And I know this hasn't been one of those things we could really rely on a whole lot, but still I'm seeing there is dollar weakness. Okay, euro dollar is moving. up against the dollar, so it's strengthening, and I see the Swiss strengthening against the dollar. So again, overall, I'm seeing dollar weakness. And then all of a sudden, to see the pound dollar dip like this, again, these are one of those opportunities that I look for, and I say, this has to be one of those that I've got to take a chance. And again, what I'm looking at here is the fact that we break below our 5-minute PMD, the 60 PMD, coming down to test 50, and I've already seen 50, 54, so you see it here, has already been tested, and it has held fairly well. So I suspect maybe, you know what, this might be another one of those that I can expect to hold and bounce back. And so that's basically what I was looking at when I was calling this trade in the room, and I was saying, guys, you know, I'm seeing a power V developing here with this pound dollar, and it's an anticipation of a power V. And again, the idea here is, rather than take it directly off of the 5-minute, I'm going to let it break below the 5-minute, because, like I've always said, worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, there's probably a good chance that if I've got this 60 here on the 5-minute, and I can get an entry somewhere down close to 50, I know there's probably a good chance this trade will at least come back to 60, 59, 58. And again, I'm looking to try to make 7, 8, 9 points off of that trade. And again, very high probability it'll work, especially if my 1 minutes are still pointing to the upside like these are. So that's basically one of those trades that I like a lot, and I will trade them. And again, you got to catch it at the right time of the morning. You know, there's certain conditions that need to be in place. We talk a lot about these things, you know, fundamentals, news events, things like that. You got to make sure that none of that is happening, and then use some of your other currencies to kind of help you with the decision on that. And again, this is a trade that ended up being a very nice point gainer. And in fact, had I been patient with it, as I didn't hold any position, I could have actually made probably about 40 some points. As I kept saying that I felt this pound dollar was going to get back up here to this 93, 94. We had made some efforts to get up here, and you know, again, we had kind of fallen short. So I just thought when it did this, it was going to use this area here for a launch pad, and sure enough, it did that. So you know, I just wanted to give you some insights, as a lot of you guys are asking for, you know, some of these advanced trades. And this is a perfect example of, you know, how I'll use the correlation of other currencies and their strength. At the moment that I see strength in one, and there's a kind of a bend like this one did, you know, it's one of those trades you just have, you know, you just got to take, and they work fairly well. So enjoy it. You can see the actual live version of this, and hopefully when you see this again, and you hear me, at least if I point it out, you'll be prepared for this kind of trade. So till next time, thank you.